Girl, this is messy, honey. Let me share this too. This is messy, girl. Okay. This right here. Oh, they're saying that Monique Samuels and husband Chris are separating after 10 years of marriage. My. Now, some of us would say that we're not surprised that this has happened. You know what I'm saying? Some part of me ain't really surprised for real because we already saw how she was kind of getting frustrated with him. We see that Monique has been on her own journey of healing and just growing and, all of that. So he hasn't been meeting her on that level, basically. And something told me, and I'm sure I said it in my review, that get him enough time, that lady may not be with that man. Okay. Because she has evolved since the incident that took place with Candace and her husband necessarily. He hasn't. He's been in the same place that he's been in since they probably met, in all honesty. He probably feels like because he has so much money, he doesn't have to try hard or work hard because he's such a provider financially, and maybe somewhat emotionally, right? But also keep in mind, although they're saying that Monique is separating from her husband, keep in mind that Love and Marriage DC did get renewed for a season 2. So with that being said, and the show being renewed for a season 2, for me, I kind of feel like this is giving storyline. I kind of feel like Monique is not going to leave him. We'll believe it when we see it. It's giving Ashley Darby. And we'll see how this gonna play out. I feel like she just did that for a storyline to secure season 2 to have some things to talk about. But then I'm struggling with that. Some part of me definitely believes that even though Monique and Chris went on to the show in hopes of not trying to compromise their marriage, in a sense, not wanting their marriage to be broken apart because they feel like that's what reality shows do to marriages and other people, right? But I don't think anybody else has anything to do, like any outside people. I just think that he just not growing at the rate that she's growing. I think her interests have changed, whereas his interests may still be the same. And Monique she probably just not on that level. But again, I do still feel like it's a storyline for sure. I feel like it's gonna give Ashley and Michael and them living in the same home, all while supposedly being separated. I'll be surprised if Monique gets a separate home. And if she does, I wouldn't be surprised if she got a home that's closer to the radio station that she's in, or if Chris is gonna be the one that's gonna move out and leave the house to Monique during this time of separation. Some part of me feel like he gonna be on one side of the house and she gonna be on the other, and it's giving Ashley and Michael. It ain't happening. They gonna stay together. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Now Carlos is rubbing his hands like Birdman. Whoa, okay. If this is real, I hope Chris doesn't do season 2. Listen, I don't know, El Michelle. I don't know. Girl, I see him still doing it. I do. I mean, it would be good. Maybe he'll do it in a limited capacity, right? But I think he's going to do the show. Hell, we even got Winter husband on the show, and Winter was supposed to be a friend of the show. Her ex-husband or whatever he was soon to be, he was on there. I feel like he gonna do it. And I also feel like it's giving storyline. And I also feel like Chris don't really want to lose Monique and be lonely, so he's willing to accommodate whatever she wants for the most part. Not in all ways, but some ways. And this is one of those ways that if he got to play this role, he'll play the role, right, for the show. But I don't know, y'all. This could be. I'm teetering between. Maybe it's both. Maybe it could be real and it is being used as a storyline, because some part of me kind of feel like, are they really going to play with their marriage like this and pretend to be separated only to speak that into existence? You know what I'm saying? So maybe this is legit and they really are getting a divorce. Well, right now they're not saying they're getting a divorce. It's just looking like they separated. But we all know what happens after separation. Well, we all know what happens after separation. Let me finish my thought. Okay, people get a divorce, but girl, let me get into this article, because they're saying former Real Housewives of Potomac, former Real Housewives of Potomac star Monique Samuels and her husband Chris Samuels have decided to call it quits with their marriage. Now, let me go over here and scoot over to People Magazine, because I'm seeing some of y'all in the comments saying that Chris was the one that filed for it. And girl, I know you're fucking lying, girl. I out your mind, girl. Girl, I know you lying. Girl, let me go over here and see. Samuels. Girl, I know you lying right here, girl. Oh, girl, I know y'all lying. Girl, I know y'all lying. Girl, let's get into this article together. Wait. Real Housewives of Potomac alum Monique Samuels and her husband Chris are separating after 10 years of marriage. The couple tied the knot back in March of 2012 and share 3 children. Girl, what is, first of all, y'all, I'm over here reading this as though Mercury ain't have 2022 in a motherfucking chokehold. All right. And I have to go back to blame Devon Franklin and Megan Good. Because y'all really did start this, Devon. It really was your fault because you filed for that divorce right at the top, the week of Christmas, and then you brought that into this year. You feel what I'm saying? But in the Housewives universe, I'm going to blame Sheree for hooking up with Martell. Because when y'all hooked up and y'all came to us with the bullshit, that's when everybody really started to break up. It's like every week we hear about a new breakup. So I feel like couples will come together when y'all separate. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what it was y'all done conspired to come to the people with this contract or whatever y'all got going on, girl. But it's definitely shaking up some things. All right. So Monique and her husband, Chris Samuels, let me pull this back up, are going their separate ways. Multiple sources confirmed to people that the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Potomac 39, okay, the former NFL player, are splitting after 10 years. The couple share 3 children. The Samuels relationship issues were well on display during the first season of Love and Marriage DC. A second season of the OWN reality show has been announced, with Monique expected to be on the show. Wow. Now listen, girl, not you done hopped over here, hopscotched over to Love and Marriage DC, thinking that you're going to do a positive display on marriages, girl, which was very tiring, understand. Okay. Only for the second season. And we said, and I think Nene asked her this question in the interview. Nene brought some up about, do you really think you're gonna be able to do this show without a little bit of drama? And then here it is. Now get it, y'all was really trying to not do anything negative when it came to the marriages. And girl, now you about to bring to us a separation on the TV. Oh, girl, they're saying earlier on Sunday at the Real Housewives of Potomac panel at BravoCon, Monique's former co-star Ashley Darby opened up about her friendship with Monique, saying the two had lunch just last week and that Monique was going through some personal things at the moment. Girl, you ain't even have to give us all that, Ashley. You could have just said, well, Monique is doing well. She's doing good. She's doing okay. Ashley, you so much of an open book. You stay open about other people's business too, don't you? That's why I ain't been featuring you. But this 10 that you done took on kind of got me featuring you a little bit this season, where I ain't even gonna lie, where I like the 10. Let's keep going. All right. So in July, Monique told Entertainment Tonight about the state of her marriage while she was filming Real Housewives of Potomac. She says, people always say that reality TV tears your marriage down. What people don't realize is that Real Housewives of Potomac actually in some ways, saved my marriage. Chris and I, before we started filming the show, were really in a rough place. I feel like what she means by that is it ended up bringing them closer because you had different people like Giselle trying to, bring them apart in so many ways. And then her going through that altercation with Candace, I think he felt the need to have his wife's back even more than what he did. You know what I'm saying? So I think that definitely could have brought them much closer than what they were. She says we had lost all the dating in our marriage. Once we started filming reality TV, it actually helped us because it forced us to date. So we were able to get out, just reignite that intimacy and be excited about each other. So I will not lie, season 2 of Real Housewives of Potomac saved my marriage. And at the end of the day, sometimes you still have to come back to these moments. She says, because some of the things that I expressed on Love and Marriage DC, people who watch Potomac saw I had those same concerns back then. So it's not like this is something new. Will be out to you, right? It's not like it's something new, girl. It's right. The people definitely called that out and said she was having these same issues with him back then. Girl, I guess it just hit her head. Wow. Back in December of 2020, Monique announced that she was bidding farewell to Real Housewives of Potomac. After the final episode of season 5 reunion aired, she revealed on Instagram Live that she would not be back for the show's 6th season. Okay. Now they're saying, I guess this is Monique. Okay, it was a crazy ride. It's not easy. We don't really care about that. Miss Girl is gone. But yeah. So the people saying that Chris filed for a divorce, I'm not seeing where Chris was the one that filed for the divorce, girl. It's not showing up on my records where Chris filed. Now, does TMZ have something that I don't have saying that Chris was the one that filed? Because it's giving every bit of Monique would have been the one to file because Monique was already mother. Okay, Miss Girl was tied, if you ask me. All right. I think CK announced this press release to get some publicity off of BravoCon. What you mean? Get some publicity off BravoCon. What they mean? You think Mr. CK dropped this to get publicity off BravoCon to get it back onto the own TV shows? That's interesting. Because, and I say that because I think he enjoys their cross media or the cross promotion of it all. I think he enjoys taking on some of that Bravo audience over into Love and Marriages. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only going to help him and what he's trying to do. So I don't know if he did it to take the publicity off. I feel like if it is that, he would have done it to contribute and be a part of the conversation when it comes to BravoCon. You know what I'm saying? But make no mistakes about it. Here's another thing we just read. Ashley was asked about Monique at BravoCon. So I don't think he was there. But they, she was a part of Real Housewives. She was a part of the Bravo family. Ashley was asked about her. So Ashley answered. And then next thing you know, here it is. We're dropping this tea. But it's still giving storyline for sure, I have to say. Somebody says, Carlos be competing with Bravo in his mind, so he'll ride the wave and release the info child. Well, y'all know better than me, girl. Y'all about know better than me. To be fair, it was on Twitter where I saw the headline that he filed. What? Girl, the people finna be chewing up the trainer with this. This is crazy. Let me check my girl. This is crazy here. Oh wow. What she said? Okay, shout out to Keon. Okay, let me pull that up. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me see what Monique over here talking about. Give me 1 second and we gonna share it on the screen, girl. Okay, this is a whole lot of girl. Child. Can y'all see that? Let's refresh and see if we can unmute. Real quick, like.
And y'all, Chris, what you got to say about this?
Let me leave.
Meanwhile, they still together.
And y'all, Chris, what you got to say about this?
Shop me leave.
They ain't breaking up, girl. They done sat up here and played the people. Okay, somebody says in the comments, so who was spreading false information? Marriage goes through rough times, but that doesn't mean divorce. Also, I saw a lot of comments of people acting like they were in excitement to see a marriage in turmoil. Better hope one day it's not you. No one's marriage is untouchable. Be careful cheering for other people's downfall. And that I agree with. And I feel like that's not just for marriages. I feel like that's anything. You know what I'm saying? Cheering for other people's downfalls just in general. So I definitely agree with that statement. So, girl, somebody out here leaking information. This a motherfucking lie. So who leaked it? Who leaked it? Or is this giving a deflection to not kind of give away the storyline for real of what we're going to see in the upcoming season of Love and Marriage DC? Keep in mind, Ashley, according to the People magazine, okay, Ashley was the one that said that she had a chance to sit down with Monique and that Monique is going through a very rough time right now. Now, she didn't say what that rough time was about. I'm looking for the quote now. Okay, she just says that Monique was going through some personal things. Okay, she didn't say rough time, she said personal things. So we don't really know what personal things those are. Somebody just assumed that it was about their marriage, their relationship. But Monique just pretty much took to social media to show y'all her ring and that Miss Girl is here to stay, and she's still with her man. She don't really care about what y'all talking about. Period. Okay, so I don't know, but she might want to do some research like Garcelle is gonna do, so that she can find out who is out here really leaking information, on her family and putting out alleged lies. You know what I'm saying? Alleged stories saying that she about to get a divorce from this man, knowing that she gonna stick with him. Or she gonna stick beside him. So either way, girl, whatever you want to do. Good luck. Okay.